It's the eye-watering price at the Bowser.
It's going crazy, isn't it?
Straight away see the price from the petrol station, it is stressful.
There is heightened fuel insecurity. People want to switch away from petrol.
High prices at the Bowser are fueling interest in electric vehicles.
Advocates claim they cost far less to operate and are cheaper to maintain.
And on the road, there's money to be saved.
Motorists could save up to $3,000 each year by making the switch.
今天我非常开心的告诉各位，我们即将离开中国，前往澳洲。
Please welcome your Master of Ceremonies, Kate Hornstein, Chief Marketing Officer of BYD Australia and New Zealand.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we gather today, the people of the East Kulin Nation. I pay my respects to their elders, past and present. We are honoured to have with us First Nations Senior Leader Garen Yaraman and Traditional Owner Marby, who will now formally welcome us to country. Thanks, Garen.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Garen Yaraman Steele. I'm a senior member of the Boonwurrung people, and I come before you on behalf of my community and my mother, Nawit Carolyn Briggs. Firstly, I'd just like to say thank you for having us here. It's really quite beautiful. I hear it's the first time that people have been allowed to come here, so it's really good. You'll see that my nephew Marby is setting up a bit of a little thing over here. Don't be worried. There will be fire, there will be smoke, but he'll explain a little bit more, but that's to cleanse your spirit and to cleanse this place, to go along with the blessing. So, Womanjika, Mirambik Bunwurrung Namda Parapten Atulam. Come with purpose to my beautiful home, land of the two bays. Of course, the Bay Nam and the Bay, Western Port Bay. This has been home for my family for thousands of generations, and it's a real privilege to be able to do a welcome to country, or we call it welcome to country, you call it a welcome to country. This is really the rights of Tandarum. And that word I used, Womanjika, it doesn't mean welcome, it means come with purpose. Thinking about the purpose that you're coming here today. And I was thinking about my purpose for doing this and what our collective purpose might be. And I'm reminded of a story called The Time of Chaos. I won't tell the whole story, but the story goes that there was a chaotic time in the Boonwurrung history where the Boonwurrung people were not getting along with their neighbours. They were overfishing. They were harvesting the eel and the murnong out of season. And what eventually happened was they ruined the environment, the ecosystem. And Bunjil punished them. So Bunjil is our creator spirit. And he made the waters rise. The waters came in and flooded our country. The Boonwurrung people made a promise to Bunjil to mend their ways. Bunjil took his spear, walked out to where the bay is now. He put it into the ground and the water receded back. I'm reminded by this promise that we've made to Bunjil to look after the environment, to look after the ecosystem. I feel that's a really poignant story for what this company is doing, making electric vehicles. The promise that I'm asking you to make here today is the promise to look after this country, the children, and to honour the laws of Bunjil, the laws of knowledge, community, and sacred ground. So with that, I'll say once again, in the words of my great-great-great-grandmother Louisa Briggs and my mother Nawit Carolyn Briggs, Womanjika Mirambik Bunwarang Namda Braptan Atawilum. I'll now pass on to my very handsome nephew, who will talk about what he's doing over there with the flames and the leaves. Thank you.
Thanks, Al. My name's Marby Williams. I'm Bunwarang on my mother's side, Wiradjuri on my father's side. We're a part of Yalukit Willem clan of the Bunwarang. Inside of Bunwarang there's 6 dialects. So from Werribee River to about Blackrock and Sandringham is Yalukit Willem. That's the clan group that we live inside of. Excuse me. So our country extends from Werribee River along Port Phillip Bay, inner Melbourne, all the way to Wilson's Promontory, Phillip Island and Mornington Peninsula. Excuse me. So traditionally we use this, and whenever we go into country, a different person's country, we use smoking, a cleansing, and the purpose for that is to make sure that we walk on that country in a clean way. So this ceremony used to go for 3 days. So traditionally, if anyone came onto Bunwarang country, they had to go through ceremony for 3 days, and the end of that ceremony was a smoking, a cleansing. And the purpose of it going for 3 days was we had to make sure whoever was coming onto Bunwarang country was going to understand our law, understand what it took for us to look after this country, understand our seasons, our journey cycles, understand how we looked after this country. And it was also about making sure whoever was coming onto country had the right intention, they were going to look after this place. We had 2 laws. Do not harm the land or waterways of Bunjil, our creator, and do not harm the children of Bunjil, our creator. So when a fellow named John Batman first arrived at Sorrento, this ceremony was held for him, 3 days. And at the end of the ceremony, you handed a eucalypt leaf, and that was like your passport onto country. And unfortunately, I need some of that, thank you. Is that for me? Thank you, sorry. So for 3 days, went through ceremony. John Batman, one of the first colonizers, settlers on this country at Sorrento, and how that was interpreted, it was written in logbooks at the time, was when he was handed the eucalypt leaf, that was the Bunwarang handing over their country. And while that's a kind of sad look inside the mind of that time, the part of that story that I identify with is that spirit of generosity that our old people had. We always welcome guests, and we're still here today with that same spirit of generosity. Womanjika, Merembikpik, Bunwarang Namda Praptam Atawilum, once again, come with purpose to our beautiful home by the bay. There's 3 plants that we use. The first one is bial, which is the eucalypt. And there's over 500 different species of this across Australia. And there's over 500 different Aboriginal language groups across Australia. So this one represents diversity and the strength we hold when we all stand and work together. The second one is Murjung, which is the black wattle. It's iconic to Australia, and we use this one for shelter. And for that reason, it represents our elders, our old people, and the ancestors' knowledge that they hold. And the last one we use is barley, which is the cherry balat. It has small cherries that grow on it, and it's really hard to propagate. The only way it grows is it has to go through a bird's digestive system in order to break down the seed, and then it latches onto another plant's root systems. So it needs a lot of help to grow, and for that reason, it represents our bubups, our children. So them three placed on the fire and then passed through the smoke, and you're cleansed. Woman Jeka, thank you so much.
Thank you, Garen. Thank you, Marby, for that really special welcome and a reminder to always arrive with purpose. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome. It's so wonderful to have you at the Port of Melbourne for what is a milestone moment in BYD Australia's young history, the arrival of the first ever BYD vessel to Australian shores. My name is Kate Hornstein, and I have the privilege of being your host for today's proceedings. I promise I won't keep you long. My job here is to ensure smooth sailing for today's event, and I promise not to do any more puns. Before we begin, a couple of housekeeping items. If you need the restrooms, they're just out the back to my right, your left, and we will be serving roaming refreshments following all the formalities. To mark this occasion, we are delighted to have members of BYD's global and Australian executive team in attendance. Key industry representatives, and of course our customers, some of whom will see their brand new vehicles roll off the vessel behind us. Following the formalities, you'll have the opportunity to tour BYD Zhengzhou and see firsthand the boatload of vehicles she's carried here. Your allocated group colour is on the back of your lanyard. We've got red, black and blue, and when your colour is called, we ask that you make your way to the check-in desk and we can transfer you to the vessel. The energy of today's event is being shared right across the country, and right now BYD and DENZA dealerships are live streaming this event, bringing today's moment to customers who couldn't be here in person. To everyone watching from our dealerships across the country, a warm welcome to you. To open proceedings and share more about what today represents for BYD Australia, please welcome Chief Operating Officer Stephen Collins.
Thank you very much, Kate, and good morning, everyone, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today at this real milestone moment for the BYD brand in Australia and the next chapter in our journey. And who would have thought that in less than 4 years that BYD would be so universally accepted by Australian consumers? And also, who would have thought that it was a great idea to host an event at the start of winter in Melbourne on a Tuesday morning in a shed on the waterfront? Well, we did, and it was really for good reason, and we are delighted that so many of you can join us this morning for this historic event. I'd also like to welcome the circle of customers that we have here today, from our commercial bus operators, energy storage partners, and of course, our automotive customers. Here today is one of the first BYD customers in Australia, Mr. Paul Milburn. Paul is from Caloundra on the Sunshine Coast and is one of the very first members of the BYD family in Australia. I'm told that his whole family, maybe except for one, drives a BYD, having purchased an E6, a T3, an Atto 3, C-Line 7 and a Shark 6. So Paul is a great advocate of our brand, and we really thank him for being here today, not least for giving up the Queensland warmth and joining us at the dock here today. Also joining us today is the very first DENZA customer in Australia, Mr. Dennis Bilby. Dennis is also from sunny Queensland, and he took delivery of his B5 just a few months ago, and also recently visited China with our DENZA team to see the scale and the might of this great brand. He manages the DENZA Facebook page and is also the first member of the House of DENZA. So a very warm welcome to you also, Dennis. We're also really excited to have first-time BYD DENZA customers here with us this morning, from essential workers, tradies and also fleet operators, whose cars will soon be rolling off the vessel. So welcome to you all. I'd also like to welcome and acknowledge our valued business partners, Eagers Automotive, EV Dealer Group, Harmony Auto and Glory EV Group. So thank you for joining us. And also, thank you and welcome to Julie Del Vecchio. Julie is the Chief Executive Officer of the Electric Vehicle Council and is a key supporter of Australia's transition to new energy vehicles. Julie leads advocacy and public opinion as well as influencing government policy and is a true champion of the EV industry. So thank you, Julie, for the work that you do and welcome. Also, a warm welcome to Mr. Liu. Mr. Liu is the Vice President of BYD Company Limited and General Manager of BYD Asia Pacific Auto Sales Division. Mr. Liu is a huge supporter of the Australian business and a very frequent visitor to our shores. It's only with Mr. Liu's unwavering commitment to Australian customers that the BYD Zhengzhou, filled with 4,809 cars, is able to visit our shores. Mr. Liu has also travelled far and wide throughout our country, taking in many rural areas also in particular, to understand firsthand the unique conditions and challenges of Australians as we transition to new energy vehicles. And you'll hear from Mr. Liu very, very shortly. And last but not least, I'd like to sincerely thank our hosts here today, Australian Amalgamated Terminals, who manage the operation here at the Port of Melbourne. And as you just heard, they've given us unprecedented access to what is a highly restricted area. And if not for their amazing cooperation and support, this event here today would not take place. So a big thank you to Patrick and Aaron and their teams, as well as their close partners for the Port of Melbourne. And I think you should give them a round of applause. So all of you know BYD is a car maker, a manufacturer of vehicles of world-leading battery electric technology. But really, that's only part of the BYD story. BYD is first and foremost a technology company, established in 1995, pioneering an innovation of new energy systems for a better world. BYD's expertise is in solar power, energy storage systems, clean energy charging infrastructure, specialised electronics, manufacturing and rail. It's a complete ecosystem that brings clean energy solutions to our homes, our workplaces and our daily lives. Australia's BYD journey started in 2014 and it was not with cars. It was a trial with zero-emission electric buses, of all things, to ferry passengers between terminals at Sydney Airport. That landmark sustainability trial saw a fleet of electric BYD buses serving Australia's biggest airport, each moving up to 70 passengers at one time and 100 trips on one single charge. And in fact, Luke Todd is here today, who was instrumental in introducing BYD to Australia. So thank you very much, Luke. Then we introduced energy storage solutions as a business, offering residential, commercial and scalable LFP battery options with the highest levels of safety, thermal stability in a modular, stackable footprint. And since 2022, BYD has been the driving force behind Australians transitioning to new energy vehicles. Today, more than 120,000 proud Australians have taken delivery of their new BYD. Whether it be the Atto 3 like Paul, the award-winning Shark, or our recently launched C-Line 8 SUV for Australian families. And now, of course, DENZA, our luxury brand. And you can see one of them on my left, a beautiful gold car. Our growth has been meteoric, to say the least, but the true measure of our success is the customer experience that we strive for. We're also working hard on our corporate social responsibility, and recently, in conjunction with EV Dealer Group, donated $200,000 to Beyond Blue. We as a business, we're growing fast, and this means more dealerships, more servicing capacity, and more highly specialised trained technicians, a true national network. Simply, we are looking to meet the expectations of our customers as our customers would expect from a big brand. So today, we have over 100 dealerships nationally, with another 50 in the pipeline, all selling, all servicing. We have 24,000 square metres of parts warehousing across 4 states. We have local customer care centres across 3 states. And we have approximately 4,000 people across 3 dealer groups and BYD, all working as one team to build the foundations of this brand for more future success. In March of last year, we saw a huge surge in EV and plug-in demand. And this was a direct result of skyrocketing fuel prices due to what was happening in the Middle East. To help ease the cost of living pressures, we sought affordable, and our customers sought affordable, low-emission vehicles. Over a 3-week period in March, we experienced a 3-fold increase in orders. We said that we would help everyday Australians feeling the pinch to get those orders filled in record time, committing to delivering the cars that customers were waiting for by the end of this quarter. Now, as many of you will know, or many of you could imagine, procurement, production, shipping of vehicles is a complex and lengthy process. Most manufacturers would take months to adjust production and deliver cars, often 6 months or more, or during COVID, 12 months or more. But those rules don't apply to BYD. We said that we would do it in 3 months, and here we are today. Within 2 weeks, with the full support of Mr. Liu and our global chairman, we requested, negotiated and secured huge production increases for 30,000 cars to come to Australia for delivery this quarter. But building cars is one thing. Shipping to the other side of the equator is another. So our next challenge was how would we get these cars here ASAP? And again, these logistical problems normally take months and months to resolve, but not for BYD. I mentioned the BYD ecosystem earlier. We have our own fleet of car-carrying vessels, which up until now were used exclusively for the European and South American markets. So part of our commitment from Mr. Liu and our chairman was to send the BYD Zhengzhou to Australia, and it arrived in Melbourne just a couple of days ago. It is the first time the BYD vessel has come to our country, and it's carrying 4,809 BYDs and DENZAs, the vast majority of which were sold to customers 10 to 12 weeks ago. So our commitment is to keep at the forefront of this country's transition to new energy vehicles and continue to support our customers with integrity and speed. Thank you for your attendance here today for this milestone moment. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the Vice President of BYD Company Limited and General Manager, BYD Asia Pacific Auto Sales Division, Mr. Liu. Please give him a very warm welcome.
首先，感谢来自这片土地古老传承的祝福。
First of all, I would like to thank the ancient blessings from this land.
亲爱的媒体朋友们、车主朋友们、比亚迪经销商合作伙伴们、比亚迪的员工们、郑州号的船长和船员们，大家上午好。
Good morning to everybody, including our dealer friends, car owners, captain and crew member of the BYD Zhengzhou vessel. Good morning.
欢迎你们来到墨尔本港，和我们共同见证比亚迪自营船郑州号首航澳大利亚的历史时刻。
I'd like to invite you to join us in this historical event where we can meet the first ever BYD self-owned BYD Zhengzhou to the port of Melbourne.
今天，2026年6月2日，一定会成为澳大利亚新能源汽车发展历史中的重要一天。
The 2nd of June, 2026. This has got to be a milestone in the whole of development of Australia NEV development.
再一次感谢你们的到来。
Thank you for coming once again.
1995年，比亚迪开始研发生产二次充电电池。
Back in 1995, BYD already started making rechargeable batteries.
从那个时候开始，我们就一直在思考，如何用技术赋能我们的社会，如何用技术让我们的子孙后代生活的美好。
From that moment, we started thinking, how do we make our generations better? How do we make the life better via the tech and the product that we have?
我们不断地通过技术创新，我们将用技术创新为我们赖以生存的家园地球提供可持续发展，作为了比亚迪最重要的社会责任。
And it's also our most important social responsibility, which is to make the Mother Earth sustainable via the tech and green transition that we can provide.
2004年，我们选择进入汽车行业。
In 2004, we chose to enter auto industry.
我们希望通过用电池的技术赋能汽车产业。
So that with the battery tech that we have, we can empower the auto industry.
我们希望用电动车代替燃油车。
The EVs can replace the ICE engines.
我们希望通过电动车的普及，减少人类对化石能源，特别是石油的依赖。
So that at the end, our dependence on fossil fuels, especially oil, can be totally eliminated via the EVs.
2008年，我们提出了3大绿色梦想。
In 2008, we put forward the 3 green dreams:
太阳能、储能和电动车。
solar energy, energy storage, also the EVs.
我们希望能够从太阳那里获取能源。
We hope to gain energy from the sun.
我们希望通过电池 进行存储，
and store them in the batteries.
我们希望通过电动车进行使用。
Lastly, apply via the vehicles.
一直以来，比亚迪围绕着我们的绿色三大梦想，走到了今天。
All along, we come to our journey centered around these 3 green dreams.
墨尔本距离霍尔木兹海峡11000公里，
Where we're standing right now, Melbourne is over 11,000 kilometers away from the Hormuz Strait.
在过去的3个月里，霍尔木兹海峡每一天的不确定性，严重的影响了我们澳大利亚经济的发展，人民生活的不稳定。
The uncertainty over the last 3 months in the Hormuz Strait has impacted our customers' experience in the Australian market.
我们又一次的证实了，比亚迪的三大绿色梦想，可以为我们解除石油的危机。
And these 3 green dreams have been once again evidence that they can solve the problem for the oil crisis.
可以为我们带来和平。
It can bring peace.
今天，比亚迪的三大绿色梦想，已经成为了人类共同发展的共同梦想。
Today, these 3 dreams are shared by the mankind.
为了这三大梦想，比亚迪人，我们用技术、用科技，日以业绩，为了实现更好的产品努力着。
So working day and night, all of the BYD employees, we tried hard to fulfill all these dreams.
作为一个有技术、有责任的国际化公司，
As a transnational company with tech and also responsibility,
比亚迪也是拥有所有汽车品牌当中工程师最多的公司。
BYD has the most engineers of any car brand.
12万名工程师
Over
承载着我们对三大技术梦想的实现。
Over 120,000 of them have carried how we fulfill these dreams.
正是因为比亚迪所做的一切得到了全球的认可，作为新能源汽车的品牌，我们在2025年实现了460万台的新能源汽车的销售，再一次蝉联全球新能源汽车的销售冠军。
Last year, we secured 4.6 million units of NEV sales, which is number 1 in the world once again, and is also a testimony of how right we are for the strategies.
截止到上个月底，比亚迪向全球累计交付新能源汽车1650万台。
Up till the end of last month, we have in total put 16 million more units to the globe.
2025年，包括澳大利亚市场在内，我们向海外提供了超过100万台新能源汽车。
In 2025, we provided over 1 million units to the overseas market.
这个数字的背后，不仅仅说明比亚迪的技术、品牌得到了全球消费者的认可，更是广大消费者朋友们用实际行动参与了这场由新能源汽车引起的能源变革。
So behind the numbers, you can see 2 things. One is the support via our customers. Another is that they are actually involved into this evolution.
回到澳大利亚，在过去的4年里，在广大媒体朋友们的关注下，经销商合作伙伴的努力下，今天在广袤的澳大利亚，已经有12万台比亚迪新能源汽车行走在大街小巷。
You can see over the past 4 years, thanks to all our media brand support, dealer friend support, we have secured over 120,000 units that is traveling on Australian land.
12万台新能源汽车，12份信任，12个家庭，更是12份责任。
These 120,000 units, these are the trust and also the belief of their families.
12万名车主朋友们，你们用实际行动参与到了这场新能源变革当中，为澳大利亚的绿色经济发展，你们用实际行动做出了贡献。
So, dear car owner friends, out of all these 120,000 units, you have made your dedication to the actual green transition and development of Australia.
首先，请允许我代表公司感谢我们在澳大利亚所有的经销商合作伙伴，谢谢你们。
Firstly, on behalf of the BYD Group, thank you, all of our dear friends.
同时，我更要代表比亚迪集团，衷心的感谢12万名比亚迪的车主朋友们，谢谢你们。
Also, would like to extend my greatest gratitude to those 120,000 car owners. Thank you as well.
今年的4月份，我来到墨尔本参加了国际车展。
April this year, I actually came to Melbourne to the International Auto Show.
也去了阿德莱德和布里斯班。
Also went to Adelaide and Brisbane.
在我们的门店，所有的销售员都代表车主朋友们问了我一个问题。
In every store that I visit, the SCs asked me one question on behalf of the car owners.
我们的 BYD， 我们的腾势，什么时候可以来到澳大利亚？
When do the BYD and DENZA new models come to Australia?
今天，我们如愿以偿，在这里，比亚迪的郑州号带来了你们的家庭成员。
Today, our wish is fulfilled, and the BYD Zhengzhou vessel has taken new family members of yours.
因此，我再一次感谢我们的准车主朋友们，谢谢你们。在众多的汽车品牌当中，选择了 BYD， 选择了腾势，作为你们新的家庭成员。
I would like to thank you again for all the car owners to make BYD and DENZA your new family members.
面朝大海，比亚迪再一次做出郑重承诺。
Facing the ocean, we made a commitment once again.
我们会继续携手所有的经销商合作伙伴们，持续的将最好的技术和产品带到澳大利亚来。
Together with all our dear friends, we will bring the best tech and product to Australia.
比亚迪自营船第一次来到澳大利亚。
This is the first time that a BYD self-owned vessel come to Australia.
它的名字叫郑州。
It's called Zhengzhou.
郑州位于中国的中原大地。
Zhengzhou is at the middle area of China.
是中国最著名的历史和文化名城。
And also one of the most famous historic and cultural cities in China.
也是比亚迪最重要的生产基地之一。
But most importantly, is one of our major production bases in China.
澳洲朋友们喜欢的夏克6和 B5、B8 都是在郑州生产的。
Shark 6 and the B5, B8 that you very love are actually manufactured in Zhengzhou base.
亲爱的朋友们，如果以后你们有机会来到中国，欢迎你们来郑州看一看。
Dear friends, if you had the chance, come to China. I would like to invite you to Zhengzhou.
最后，感谢我们郑州号的船长和船员们。
Lastly, I want to send my greatest gratitude to captain and crew member of the BYD Zhengzhou vessel.
5月17日，你们从上海出发，日夜兼程9900公里，抵达墨尔本。
Starting at the later part of May, you started from Shanghai all the way, traveling nearly 10,000 kilometers to Melbourne.
你们的顺利安全抵航，向澳洲所有的消费者朋友们做出了承诺。
Your safe arrival is actually a commitment to all the customers.
郑州号搭载的4809台新能源汽车
All of the 4,809 units in the vessel
不仅仅是新能源汽车，
are not just NEVs.
它更是搭载了比亚迪对澳大利亚市场的尊重， 对澳大利亚市场消费者朋友们的责任。
It carries the respect and also responsibility for our car owners in Australia market.
感谢你们的辛苦付出。
Thank you for your dedication and effort.
接下来，你们还会经过悉尼和布里斯班。
Your next stops will be Sydney and also Brisbane.
衷心的预祝你们安全顺利返航。
I sincerely wish you a safe return.
同时，我代表在座所有的经销商朋友和车主朋友们，以及广大的消费者朋友们，欢迎郑重号常来澳大利亚。
Also, welcome to Australia more on behalf of all the car owners, dealer friends, and customers.
谢谢你们
Thank you.
you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Liu. That was fantastic. As Stephen mentioned, we have some very special guests with us today, customers whose vehicles are aboard the vessel behind us, as well as some of the earliest adopters of BYD in Australia. BYD's commitment to delivering these vehicles as quickly as possible is a commitment to people like this. Two of BYD's earliest Australian supporters and proud BYD Atto 3 owners, Paul Milburn and David Hayward, are here, and soon to be BYD Sea-Line 7 owner Ian Stead. I'd now like to invite our guests to the stage to receive a token of appreciation presented by Mr. Liu and BYD Australian General Manager Mr. Wing Yu. Thank you. We would now also like to invite and welcome the captain of BYD Zhengzhou, Mr. Tao Zhao, to the stage to receive a token of the brand's appreciation. Okay, so the time has come. We invite you to experience the full journey of the vessel from its departure in Shanghai to right here in Melbourne. So enough from me, and without further ado,
大家好，我是比亚迪郑州号团长赵涛涛，在此由衷感谢每一位澳大利亚车主对比亚迪的信赖与坚守，也感谢大家的耐心守候。今天船舶已经远离陆地，驶入太平洋深海海域。现在天气特别好，船舶航行十分平稳。我们靠眼睛认路辨方向，雷达就是大船的千里眼。旁边的自动舵和手动舵就跟汽车方向盘一样，牢牢掌控着船舶前进的方向。
BYD Zhengzhou is approaching the Red Dock swing basin.
Trying to get through the paparazzi. So thank you. And finally, we're so excited, as I said, to be able to provide tours of BYD Zhengzhou behind me, with the first group commencing in just 5 minutes. So the blue group, you're up first. If you could please make your way to the guest check-in at the back of the room. Rebecca, who has her hand up, will be able to get you sorted. To all of the other guests, please enjoy some light refreshments, and our team, who are easily spotted in red lanyards, will be able to help you if you need anything. Thank you very much, and enjoy.
Qube's AAT WebDock West is the only dedicated roll-on, roll-off terminal in Victoria servicing the car and heavy equipment market. Spanning around 35 hectares of land within the Port of Melbourne, WebDock West features 3 berths, a 120-tonne gantry crane, 14,500 open-air car slots, along with 8,000 square metres of undercover storage and 2 quarantine wash bays. It also holds a 6-star rating from the Green Building Council of Australia. Acquired in 2025 by Australia's leading mixed cargo terminal operator, Australian Amalgamated Terminals or AAT, WebDock West is the 4th East Coast Australian terminal in Qube's AAT portfolio, which also includes the Port of Brisbane, servicing southern Queensland and northern New South Wales, Port Kembla, servicing Greater Sydney, the Illawarra and regional New South Wales, and Appleton Dock, which primarily services the flow of bulk, steel and project cargoes into Greater Melbourne. These state-of-the-art facilities handle containers, roll-on, roll-off vessels, motor vehicles, break bulk and project cargo. Each facility operates under an open access regime. Our integrated digital systems enable seamless coordination across the supply chain, from yard planning, vessel scheduling and berth management through to cargo release and transport logistics, supporting real-time cargo visibility, improved communication and efficient cargo delivery. Now fully integrated into the AAT portfolio, WebDock West continues to support the growing demand for imported car volumes and other RoRo needs. While the opportunity also exists for the facility to diversify to service the renewable energy and project cargo markets. Qube's AAT has worked hard to become the industry leader in Australia, and with a commitment to continual innovation, we make it easy for our customers to conduct their business through our facilities.